In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can use colored boxes and buttons in your theme, but it does involve adding some code to your CSS, and if you don't know what that is, that's okay, but you're going to need to know where it is, so let's start there. When you are in your Rainmaker site, you want to go ahead and just go right to your dashboard and then find your way to Design, and then to the Custom CSS. Click on that Design. Custom CSS will be in the bottom in the Design Tools right here. And you're going to click on that. Now, what you're going to do first with this, because this is very important code, and if you mess it up, it's bad news. So what I like to do is click in here and select all the text, copy all the text, and I open up a text editor, not Microsoft Word, not Pages, a text editor, and then paste your code into there. So you've got it all saved. Go ahead and save that somewhere. Okay, I'm going to leave it there right now, but go ahead and save that code in case you make a mistake. You need to go back and reinstall the old code. So we've done that. That's right here at Design. Then go to Custom CSS, and then stop, copy and paste current code into a basic text editor or Evernote, and that's in case something goes wrong. Now you're going to copy the CSS code from the blog post or this note. So I have a note here you can click on, and it's got the CSS code you're going to want. That's going to enable your site to have these boxes and buttons. So you would just go ahead and copy this text right here. I've already done this, so I'm not going to do it again. You're going to go back to your CSS and just go to the bottom, hit enter a few times and paste it, then click Save Style Sheet right there. And so let's go back to our steps here. We have copied the CSS code right there. We have pasted the new code at the bottom of your old code. Remember, you didn't cut out your old code, you just copied and pasted. So you're going to add that new CSS code to the bottom of your current CSS, and then you're going to click the Save Style Sheet button. Now, what does this give you the capability to do? Let's do this. I'll show you what it looks like. So this is a blue box, this is a gray, green, purple, red, yellow, and then on the button side, see down here, there's the different buttons. So now I'm going to show you some fanciness of how I customized using Text Expander how to make these buttons and boxes even easier. So let me just show you this real quick here in our Evernote note, which you'll be working from, I'm sure. The first is that this is for boxes, and our shortcode is BBOX. So what that means is if you have Text Expander and you create the shortcut, when you type BBOX, this code, this snippet will pop up. And this snippet is basically the opening of the box. It'll ask you what color you want to put in, and you'll see what colors you have. And then it'll show you the text you might want to put inside that box. And then it'll close it with a div. With a button, my shortcode is BBOTTON. You can be whatever you want, but don't use the word button, because anytime you type in the word button, this code will kick out. So I add a B to the start. And you can see here again, same thing, button, and then the color, and then you can see here I've got a text link. Let's see what these look like in practice. So we're going to go over to the website, and I'm going to go ahead and close that because I'm done with that. And what we've got here, let's close this, are some product purchase links. So you can see I just have these normal links. And I've got this one down here, which is the same as this right here. So you can see how much better that looks right next to each other, right? So what I'm going to show you is first using Text Expander how to use this code. You don't have to use Text Expander. You can just go back and sort of use the code in the blog post as an example. But I'm going to show you Text Expander, and I think that'll help you a lot. So I'm going to go over here. We're in our text view of our blog post here. You can see that's the Gmail button down there in the bottom. and we're going to enter a couple times. And I'm just going to type, let's just do the button first, B-B-U-T-T-O-N, and there it popped up. And so I have a reminder here of my colors I can use. Let's go ahead and make this one blue again. And then what URL do we want to do? And the HTTP digihowto.com /library, just as a test. And then we'll do this as a test box tutorial link. All right, so we just filled in the color, which is blue. We filled in the link where we want it to go, and then we filled in the text of the button. Now, if you want this to open in a new page, if you wanted any link to open a new page, my text expander for that is ONP, open new page. Type ONP, and you get this target equals quote underscore blank quote. That is going to open up this link in a new window. So just so you know, that's an option as well if you want to have a link open in a new window. But let's go ahead and see what this looks like. We just created a blue button with text box tutorial link in the button. And let's go ahead and reload and see what this looks like. All right, there we go. There's a link right there. Now you can see how this behaves. You have some options to customize this. So that's what we're going to talk about now. Let's say you don't like that blue, you don't like the way it hovers. Let's say you like this blue over here. So what I'm going to show you now is how to change the colors of your buttons when they're static and when you hover over them. So the first thing I'm going to do is there's a great add-on to Chrome, and you can get these in other browsers as well, but this one's called Color Pick Eyedropper. I'm going to click on this extension. I'm going to find out what color this is. Let's just remember it. 09A 5D5. 09A 5D5. So let's remember that and double check. You can just Google hex colors, things like that. So you can see there's that color we want. So let's change this product purchase link to that blue color. All right. So now we don't do that in the page. We have to go back to the CSS. So let's go back to design, and we're going to go back to the CSS. You may want to go ahead and copy and paste it into a text editor just so you don't mess it up. But if you're confident enough, then you can dive in. So we're going to take this corner here and make it larger. I'm actually going to go to full screen with Command Shift F. Go to full screen so I can have a nice view here. Let's go to our buttons. I apologize. So here's our button. And then let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, button blue hover, you can see that when you hover over it, we can make it so it goes to white, and the back and the border is still black, and the white is 6 Fs. And how do you learn those? Well, just go to a color picker tool or hex color. Just Google those, and you'll find some tools help you find those colors you like. So we've updated the style sheet. Now these buttons should look different. They should have this color background for blue. So let's reload this page and see how those look. They're probably pretty ugly, but we're just doing this as a test. Yeah, they are hideous. That's horrible. So we don't like that. But when you hover over them, you get that nice action right there. So let's go ahead and work to make these. Well, we're not going to mess with it. You get the idea. But you can change these in the CSS code so your hover looks different. There's lots and lots of different functionality to this. So that is how you can go in and create buttons. Now let's do a box. And the reason I want to do this one is because you're going to see where to put the content. So let's go ahead and delete that one. And I'm going to type BBOX, and what you're going to see here is here's a place for you to put your what color you want. We'll do a blue box again. And then what box text do you want? I'm going to do this was box text. So there's the button inside of this box. So if you want to use these as navigation, you can certainly do that. So that's where you put the box content in the space between, as you can see right here, this box content you put right in here. And let me just go ahead and delete that, and I'll show you again. I did BBOX, and you've got your color, and let's just do a green one, and then box content, and then hit OK. We'll update that, and you can see what a green box looks like. Now, if you wanted to change that green color background, you're going to go to your CSS, go to your boxes, find the green right here, and you got the color and the border. There you are. That's where you can actually tweak those if you wanted a different shade of green for the background of your boxes. You can also control the color of the text inside of a specific box. You can put some text code before and after individual pieces of text. Put some HTML if you wanted that code right there, that word, those two words, box content, to maybe be white. You can do that separately. But just Google how to change the color of specific text using HTML. So that is how to install the CSS so that your site can then have the functionality to have boxes and buttons. And I want to just refer you right here to, here's the snippet that I use within my text expander for my button and for my boxes. And if you have any questions, of course, follow up in the forum if you have any questions, if there's any functionality issues.